A wet start to the day across England, the rain clearing. It's called Storm Connell, but it is not set to cause widespread disruption across the UK, and I'll tell you why on Good Morning Britain.
Wednesday, Ed Balls.
London last night, and there are alerts, warnings.
So, first of all, we have a storm that's been named, but it actually hasn't been named by the UK Met Office. It's called Storm Connell. It's the Dutch Weather Service that have named it, and I'll explain why in a moment. So, for us, there are yellow weather warnings across southern England. It's a wet start to the day across much of England and Wales, but this is our typical wet weather for the time of year. There'll be a lot of spray on the roads, but we're not expecting widespread disruption. So
except, Laura, that you yourself warned.
Yes. So I'll explain why this is not set to cause widespread disruption across the UK. And it's because we come in a team. When we name storms across the UK, we actually name them with Ireland, the UK, and also the Netherlands. So when storms come in from the Atlantic, they go across Ireland first of all, usually, then across the UK, and they head their way to the Netherlands. So today's wet weather has its sights set on the Netherlands. They are the ones that named the storm yesterday. The UK Met Office and the Irish Met Office said together that they wouldn't have named the storm because it actually isn't that impact for us. Worth pointing out, also France, Spain, Portugal, they name storms together, and Norway and Sweden as well. So areas that come together will name storms. So this is the storm that is heading across our shores. It's giving wet and windy weather in the south, but as it leaves the UK into the North Sea, it deepens rapidly. And by the time it gets across the Netherlands, it will be much more powerful, much more potent. And for them, they will have very strong winds and very heavy rain, opposed to just some wet weather that we have today. But yes, for England, most of it waking up to a wet start this morning. That rain is set to clear. And this is the very latest radar showing the wet weather through England and Wales. Still worth checking before you travel. There's still some disruption from railway lines yesterday, still impacted by the flooding from the weekend, I think particularly parts of southwest England and the...
Did you know?
Yeah,
because as Laura explained, the Dutch have named...
knowledge.
You literally just did, Ed.
All I'm saying is...
we always trust Laura.
Yes, so just in case there is some confusion, this is a map of the UK right across. So where the fronts come across the Atlantic, they'll head across Ireland, the UK and the Netherlands, and that is why we name our storms together. When our storm leaves today, it will head to them, and that is where they're set to have a horrendous day of weather with very strong winds and very heavy rain. For us, it's just a spell of wetty start. So how do things pan out as we head through the rest of the week? Well, actually, it remains relatively settled, and actually a big change in temperature. So this is where our outlook will really comes into play. So first of all, across the north of the UK, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, this white line is where temperatures should be for the time of year. And the trend is for it to be way below average cold and turning much, much milder as we head into the weekend. Percentage chance of rainfall across the north of the UK, where we have our crisp sunshine today. That lasts all week long, but turning wetter for Sunday and Monday. Fortunes further south England and Wales for the next 7 days. Again, our trend in temperature. It is a chilly one outside first thing this morning, but temperatures remain average, a little milder as we head into the weekend. Percentage chance of rainfall. We have our wet weather around today, but then the rest of the working week, Saturday looks largely fine. Thicker cloud through Saturday, Sunday and Monday with a risk of a few showers. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. A wet start to the day across southern areas of England, and we have an area of low pressure in the south. It's been named Storm Connell, but not by the UK Met Office, by the Netherlands, because once it clears our shores, it will strengthen, giving them a very wet, very windy, very stormy afternoon. For us, we are not expecting widespread disruption. We do have a warning, though, for heavy rain across the south, just a yellow warning across southern areas of England initially this morning. It expires at midday. The heaviest rain around now, a lot of spray on the roads, but once it clears, the winds will ease, and then it's a drier afternoon ahead. The southeast of England stays pretty cloudy today and a cool 7 or 8 degrees, but elsewhere, a crisp, cold start to the day, and it means sunshine greets us, takes us through the day from the Midlands northwards. Chilly in the north with a widespread frost overnight tonight.